Hello, my lovelies. It is time for another round of Cards Against My TBR, so stay tuned. Hi, hello, welcome. If you're new here, Cards Against My TBR is one of my multiple TBR games that I play in order to help pick my TBR for the upcoming month. And the way this works is I have 26 question cards and 26 answer cards from Cards Against Humanity. And I mix them all up. I draw 5 cards, and then I find books that either, for the answer cards, it's a book that makes me think of, or for like the question cards, the book will answer the question or fill in the blank or whatever it is. I also try to let you know the results from my Have I Read It and my Cards Against My TBR. So Have I Read It is another one of my TBR games, but this one you get to help choose my TBR, part of my TBR for the upcoming month. So in those, I react to a haul that's over 3 years ago, and I tell you if I've read the book, if I haven't read the book, if I've unhauled it. And out of all the books that I still own but have not read, you get to vote on which book or books that I have to read. So for Have I Read It number 57, I only had like 5, I think, unread. So I only had to pick the number 1 voted book, and that was Emma with 45 votes. That was a huge win. Have I Read It number 58 did not go as well at all. And there were 24 that I had not read and still own. So I had to pick the top 3 books, and for that, I'm going to read the second volume of my Wizard of Oz books, the first book in the Unwanted series, and the first book in the Menagerie series. Yeah, so hopefully I can use some of those for filling in blanks or answering questions or whatever. Some other books that I'd like to try to fit into this TBR, I have my book buddy pick. My book buddy of the month gets to pick a book that I have to read. So for September, my book buddy of the month is Christina, and she selected the next in the Gem and the Holograms graphic novel series. So I'm very thankful for that. And then she also got to pick the buddy read for our group, and we are going to be reading The Naturals by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. So I already have like quite a few that I need to try to fit in. I have more than I do cards that I'm going to draw. Okay, so let's go over how I did. So I had a few rollovers. The first one was Vicious by V.E. Schwab. This was from my Have I Read It number 49, and I have read this one. For my Have I Read It 50, I was to read Deadly Class, and I have read this. For Have I Read It number 53, I was to read The Looking Glass Wars by Frank Better, and I have not read that. I was also supposed to read Furthermore by Tahara Mafi, and I have not read that. For number 54, Have I Read It number 54, I was to read The 10,000 Doors of January, which I have not read, and The Last True Poets of the Sea, which I have read. For Have I Read It number 55, I was to read The Bone Houses and Such a Fun Age. I have not read either of those. And for number 56, I was to read What to Say Next by Julie Buxbaum. I have not read that either. Also, I want to point out that I am filming this early. It is currently only August 21st because by the time this posts, I'm going to be out of the country. So I need to film and edit and all this stuff before then. So I may still finish some of these books. Okay, so my rollover cards. The first one was Vicious by V.E. Schwab. This was for the card An Emotionally Draining Friendship, and as I said, I did read this one. Also, don't know where the card was, but I was to read Deadly Class for one of my rollovers, and I did read it. I was also supposed to read Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. I have not read this one, and this one will be rolling over. The next rollover was Pollyanna by Eleanor H. Porter, and I have not read this one either. The last of the rollovers was for the card Tonight on 2020, What You Don't Know About Blank Could Kill You. I was to read Vespertine by Margaret Rogerson, and I did read this. Okay, now for the ones I actually pulled for August. The first one was for the card. In his farewell address, George Washington famously warned Americans about the dangers of blank. I selected The Bone Houses by Emily Lloyd Jones, and I have not read this. For the answer card, Keanu Reeves, I selected A Dark and Hollow Star by Ashley Shuttleworth, and I don't know where that book is. So for right now, instead of rolling this one over like I am the Bone Houses, this card is just going to go back into my deck. Okay, I don't know where the card for this is, but Sweet Black Waves by Christina Perez. I haven't read this one either, but hopefully I will get this one done by the end of the month because this is my buddy read with my coffee patrons. For the card, A 6-Hour Conversation on Gender and Queer Theory, I was to read Stay Gold by Tobley McSmith, and I did read this. And for the card, What Are My Parents Hiding From Me, I selected The 10,000 Doors of January by Alex Iharo, and I have not read this one. Fingers crossed I'll get some of these done before the end of the month, but yeah. So all of them except for A Dark and Hollow Star I'll be rolling over. All right, here's my cards. Let's shuffle these up. All right, and we will draw 5. Let me set them here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so we've got 3 question cards and 2 answer cards, so we'll put them like that. All right, so our first question card we have: she's just one of the guys, you know. She likes beer and football and blank. Okay, so I think for this one, I'm going to select Oz, the next volume in the Wizard of Oz series. Sorry about the camera wiggling. Snicker just laid down under my tripod. Okay, let's see. What is the next one? Oh, man. Dang it. Even though I keep putting this thing back in the deck, I keep getting it. I got Keanu Reeves again. Y'all saw me shuffle. Okay, I'm going to pick A Dark and Hollow Star for this one. Yeah. Okay, next question card. Here at the Academy for Gifted Children, we allow students to explore blank at their own pace. Snicker is just all up under my tripod. I think I know what I want to do for this one, but I got to go upstairs and get the book, so I'll be right back. See if I can find a place to put my foot down. Okay, so I went upstairs and I could find books 2 and 3 of this series, but I couldn't find the first one. But my plan for this is The Menagerie by, their last name's Sutherland. Whew. Which is one of my Have I Read It's. Okay, next up for the answer card here we have being grossly unprepared for this jelly. I don't think I'm ready for this jelly. For this, I'm going to select The Unwanteds by Lisa McMahon because they're unprepared for what happens to them. They think they're about to be eliminated, and instead they're whisked away to a very special place. Okay, last question card. In his new self-produced album, Kanye West raps over the sounds of blank. Over the sounds of what? Oh my gosh. And this is really funny to picture, but over the sounds of Jim and the Holograms. Because they're like a female rock band, and I think that's kind of perfect. Okay, so this actually worked out pretty well. I'm nervous about what's going to happen with my wheel because I know I'm going to have lots of punishment spins. And my TBR for the Season-a-thon Academy I'll be including at the end of my Wheel of TBR. So that's it for this time. Have you guys read any of these? Did you like them? Did you not? Comment down below and let me know. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a big thumbs up. If you'd like to see more videos like this, click that subscribe button down below. And until next time, remember... And until next time, remember to always be completely you. Bye.